All right. So good morning and good afternoon and good evening, everybody. Please, can we hear me? Can we confirm if you can hear me? All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So I'm going to turn on my camera shortly. So pending when I turn on my camera. So I want to know where are we joining us from. So first of all, my name is Shakirat, and I am a data analyst by profession, and I'm also okay. All right. Can we see me now? Please, can we all see me? I need to get some reactions from us because trust me, guys, this session is going to be like very, very interactive. It is going to be very, very interactive. So when I'm asking questions, I want to see all our reactions, our emojis. I want to see if we are really, really following what I'm trying to say. All right, thank everybody for your reaction. So my name is Shakirat and I'm a data analyst, and I am also the head data coach here at Navient Analytics. Trust me, don't worry, guys. I will definitely take questions at the end of the session. So you can just drop your hands down. And once I'm done explaining all that I have in store for you today, trust me, I'm going to open the floor for questions. So please and please and please make sure you are on this call till the end of the session so that we can take questions. Okay. So, like I said, I'm joining from Lagos and I want to know where each and every one of us is joining from. So, I want to see our comment in the chat box. Are we joining from Nigeria, Lagos, or from Canada, or from UK? So, I'm joining from Nigeria, Lagos. So, I want to see our comment in the chat box so that I would know who and who I'm interacting with. Okay, Obianuju. So thank you for dropping your name. So I just want to know. So let me come again. So today's session is going to be interactive, right? And for me to engage with my audience, I want to know where we are joining us from. So are we joining from Lagos, from Abeokuta, from Canada, from Port Harcourt, Abuja? So I want to just know where we are. Wow, I can see Edo State. I'm actually from Edo State too. So yeah, so welcome everybody to this session. Okay, so before I share my screen, so how many of us actually know what we're going to be talking about today? Like, you can drop it in the chat box. What are we going to be talking about today? Okay, so I'm waiting for our comments. I want to see. Okay, John said data analysis. I love that. John, that means you are really, really paying attention to what I said. I love that. So yeah, let me share my screen now and let's get started. So this is business. Like, I want to make sure, if not everybody on this call, I want to make sure at least 50% of people on this call get into the tech space. Okay. The same way I am in the tech space, I want to make sure everybody gets into the tech space too. Okay, so can we see my screen? Can I get a thumbs up if you can see my screen, and if we can't, give me a thumbs down. All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. So guys, welcome to today's session. All right. So today we are going to be talking about secrets to landing high-paying international tech jobs. So guys, please sit back and relax. Like, take a seat, and because there's a lot you are going to be learning before the session ends. Okay, but before then, this session is actually recorded. So guys, my colleague is going to drop the link to a form. So just fill the form so that you can get access to the slide I'm going to be using today, and also to the recording of today's class. So in case maybe you are lost somewhere, guys, you would always get the recording and you can always go back and replay the video. So please keep an eye on the chat box. When my colleague dropped the link, click on the link and fill the form. Okay, so now we're going to be talking about secrets to landing high-paying international tech job. Okay, so now who is Navient Analytics, and who is even the great mind that actually came about Navient Analytics? So Mohammed is actually the COO, that's the chief operating officer of Navient Analytics, and he has close to 7 years of experience. So guys, let me tell you a fun fact about Mohammed. Mohammed was actually a mechanical engineering student. So he was in the engineering field, but Mohammed has fully transitioned into the tech space, and he has worked for organizations like Alfa Romeo, one of USA largest luxury car maker. So guys, if Mohammed can do it, if Shakirat can do it, I want to make sure 50% of us on this call actually transition into the tech space. So Mohammed has helped over 3,000 Africans get into the tech space and is a LinkedIn data visualization top voice. So if you go online now currently and search for Mohammed Suleiman, trust me, you would see this man that you're currently seeing here. You will definitely see him on LinkedIn. Okay, so who is Navient Analytics now? So Navient Analytics is an EdTech company. So what they are very passionate about is helping Africans get into the tech space. So they love helping people get into the tech space because they cannot afford to see a lot of Africans complaining like, oh, I don't know what I'm actually doing in this life. Like, I don't know I need to upskill. When it comes to upskilling, Navient Analytics is like a top EdTech firm. Okay, and in just 2 years, they've helped over 100 plus Africans break into data analytics, data science, and business analysis. Okay, so they believe that tech is a great equalizer, like tech is the great equalizer, and our mission is bold: to equip millions of Africans with the skills, tools, and confidence to compete and lead globally. Okay, so I'm sure we've heard a lot of rumors like Indians are the top people in the tech space, China, Japan, but you will never hear of Africa. Like Africa are the top people in the tech space. So what Navient Analytics is trying to do is we are trying to bridge that gap. So we want to make sure a lot of Africans are in that tech space doing great things. Okay, so we want you guys to compete with other countries. So we want a situation whereby when they are calling like top people in data analytics, somebody from this call, right, is among those top people. Okay, so now let's move to the next slide. So what is our roadmap? What is our roadmap for today? So we're just going to have like 3 roadmaps, and trust me guys, if you follow that and listen to my 3 roadmap that I'll be sharing today, you can actually be like one of our success story. So now what is the roadmap for today? First of all, I'm going to show you how some of our students transition from non-tech roles to tech role. So we have a lot of students that were once like you. They were actually in a non-tech role. They came from a non-tech background. Some came from engineering, some came from the health space, some came from the banking sector. And trust me, now they are currently incorporating or leveraging tech into what they currently do. Okay, so now the next thing is how I'm going to be showing us a cheat code on how you can do the same following our students' footsteps. So if Naomi can do it, if Esther can do it, if Grace can actually do it, trust me, one of us, or if not 5 of us on this call, can actually be part of our success story. Then I have a special announcement for each and every one of us at the end of the session. So guys, please, like I said, get your notepad ready, sit, like if you even have if you have like popcorn or drink beside you, that's very perfect, because we have a lot to learn today. But before I proceed, please kindly fill the attendance form in the chat box so that we can send you the slide and the recording for today's session. Okay, so now let's move to the next slide. And I'm sure you're wondering, so who is this person on my screen? So this is Esther. Esther Esther was once our student. Now she's an alumni. Now she's no longer our student. She's an alumni of Navient Analytics. So Esther finished from the School of Nursing. I remembered when Esther joined one of our webinars, just like this. She joined our women. We're actually doing like we're running a program for women, International Women's Day, and Esther joined one of our webinar. And today, Esther is working as a monitoring and evaluation analyst. Okay, so Esther finished from the School of Nursing. She joined our webinar, and one of my colleagues actually spoke with Esther, and Esther was like, "Oh, I'm trying to, I'm not really enjoying or loving what I'm currently doing in the tech in the healthcare sector because they are not paying me enough. They are not paying me well." And when she spoke to one of my colleagues, the person actually advised her to go into the data analytics field. And guys, what did Esther do? Esther followed that advice religiously. She followed the advice and joined our program. She joined our data analytics program. And where is Esther today? Esther, that was in monitoring and evaluation personnel, she's now a monitoring and evaluation analyst at Proa. So Esther is currently working as a monitoring and evaluation analyst. And how much do you think Esther will be earning currently? Esther that just finished from School of Nursing. We'll find out. Okay. So now, who is this person? This is Naomi. I love sharing Naomi's story because I don't know. I feel Naomi was cheated, but based on the skills she had and she gained from Navient Analytics, I don't know, she was promoted like times three. Okay, so Naomi was working in a bank. So the bank she was working with, where she was working will I say in a France company, in a France bank, and Naomi kept on asking her boss when it's time for appraisal and promotion. She kept on asking her boss, like, "Sir, what's happening? Like, my colleagues are getting promoted, they are getting increment in salary, but what's wrong with me? Like, I'm not getting anything." And do you know what? Guess what our boss said? Our boss said, "Naomi, don't worry, it's not yet your time." People would join the organization. People that would just join the organization in the space of 1 year, they are getting promotions. But Naomi was still there, and she was not getting promotion. So Naomi joined our webinar. She joined our webinar on Saturday, and we spoke to Naomi. Naomi actually saw the urge to actually join our program. She joined the business analysis program. So this time around, she joined the business analysis program. And Naomi followed our steps religiously. When we told Naomi, watch your videos, when we told Naomi, do this particular project, work on this particular project, Naomi was following it. When we told Naomi, post on LinkedIn consistently, Naomi was doing it. When we told Naomi, build your portfolio, Naomi followed. She followed everything we said. Like, there was nothing we told Naomi that Naomi did not follow. And guess who Naomi is today? So Naomi is actually the head of a department. So she's actually heading a team now, a team of business analysts, a team of data analysts, data scientists, a team of software developers. Like, Naomi is in charge of that department. And trust me, when we say our step works, it actually does, because a lot of students have followed our step and they are doing exceedingly well today. So what now happened was that after Naomi finished our program, she was meant to go into the internship stage. And the head of HR at Naomi company called her. Okay, so they called Naomi, and Naomi was like, "Okay, what's happening? Why are you guys calling me? What is the issue? What have I committed? What is my offense this period?" And guess what? The head of HR just offered Naomi like a promotion, like a 3-step promotion. The stage at which Naomi was in that organization, she was not meant to take up a managerial role, but instead they gave her that particular position. And she was like, "What happened? Why are you giving me that particular position? I don't understand. I thought my team lead said that I was not due for promotion." And they were like, "Naomi, we've seen what you've done. Like, we've seen that you've improved. And when Naomi was doing all of this, she did not tell her company that, oh, I'm actually taking a course and I'm trying to upskill. No, they were actually following her on LinkedIn, but Naomi did not know. They were following her on LinkedIn. They were seeing all the posts she was making, all the impact she was making, and they were like, wow, Naomi has really, really improved. So they just granted her that job, that promotion, and Naomi is doing exceedingly well in that particular department. Naomi that thought that she could not manage a team of people, Naomi is now managing a team of people. Like, she's managing business analysts, data scientists, data analysts, software developers, cyber security. She's managing those people in our organization. So I'm sure you'll be wondering, what are the tricks to actually get all of this? So we've heard our student success story, we've heard Naomi's success story, we've heard Esther's success story. So now you must know this tech recruiter's trick. So you must know the trick for tech recruiter so that you can actually scale through in the tech space. Okay. So now, do you know that tech recruiters in abroad, they no longer look for talent in their locality? So I'm sure you'll be wondering why. If I'm correct, I want a thumbs up. Are you wondering why I said so? If I'm correct, I want a thumbs up. If you actually know the reason why, give me a thumbs down. All right, thank you. So now I'm going to be telling us the reason why I said tech recruiters actually don't look for talent in their locality again. So the reason I'm saying that is because, imagine I own an organization and I'm looking for a data analyst, right? And I want to employ somebody in my country. So let's say I own an organization in Germany and I want to employ somebody in Germany to be a data analyst for my organization. Do you know that I'm going to spend times 3 of what I'll be paying in Nigeria? In Nigeria, who agrees with me? If I'm employing somebody in Germany and I'm employing somebody in Canada, in Nigeria, I want to see our comment in the chat box, guys. Who would I spend less money on? So let me see our comments in the chat box. So is it the Nigerian person or the German person? Okay, so what's our comment in the chat box? Let's see. Okay, Celia said Nigeria, the Nigerian person. So I'm actually going to be spending less money on the Nigerian person. Do you know why? Because if you check our exchange rates, okay, so if you check our exchange rate, you will see that Nigerian value is not, it's very, very low compared to other countries. Okay, so if I'm imagine let me use UK for example. They earn in pounds, okay, and I want to employ a data analyst. Imagine I set aside £1,000, okay, to pay a data analyst. There is nobody in UK that would ever collect £1,000 monthly in UK. If you are living in UK, I don't think there's anybody that would ever collect £1,000. But imagine I employ in Nigeria, and I'm telling the Nigerian that I'm going to pay you £1,000 in a month. Trust me, that Nigerian person is going to be so happy. So that is why I said in my slide that tech recruiters no longer look for talent within their locality again. Instead, they look for talent outside their locality in places that they know that when they do their exchange rates, the money they are offering you might be small to them, but in your own eyes, it's going to be very, very large. So who knows the exchange rate for UK? Pounds to naira. So let's use, somebody can just drop in the chat box. Do you know the exchange rate of pounds to naira? I want to see. So imagine we are paying you £1,000 £1,000 in a month. So multiply it, £1,000 times the naira value. So I want to see our mathematicians in the house. So just drop your comment in the chat box. So guys, like I said, this session is going to be very, very interactive. So please and please, let's do well to like respond when I ask questions. So what is the monthly salary for? Okay, Robert said 2,200 naira for £1. So imagine, so guys, just wait, just hold on. Imagine I'm paying somebody £1,000, okay? And that's 1,000 times 2,200. That's like, let me just wrap it up to 2,000 naira. Okay, so that's like 2 million. So imagine I'm paying you 2 million monthly. Guys, what are you looking for? Don't worry, I'm also going to share my success story with you guys. So I'm not going to only share our student success story. I would also share my success story because I am also like a I've tasted the UK money too. Okay, so I've tasted it and I would also want to share my success story with you guys. Okay, so now, like I said, they are targeting African talent these days because the money is quite low. When they convert the money they're offering them to Naira, in your own eyes, it is big, but in their own eyes, it is quite low. So recruiters, now the next thing is, what the recruiters do to actually employ and get this Nigerian talent. They now use AI to get Nigerian talent. Okay, so I'm going to be explaining why I said so. Okay, so now imagine you apply for a job. Yes, Ijoma said 2.2 million. That's a lot. So imagine you apply for a job, guys. You see a job online. Let's say, let me assume you see a job on LinkedIn. And when you apply for the job, do you know that over 500 people, let me even bring it down. Let me bring it low because it's even more than 500 people. Let me just leave it at 500. Over 500 people apply for that job that you applied for. So now, how do people get selected? Like, how do people get selected from a pool of 500 people? This is where AI comes in. Okay, so recruiters now use applicant tracking system. So the short form is ATS. So recruiters now use applicant tracking system to reduce the number of people that applied for the job. So imagine 5,000 CVs are being fed into the applicant tracking system. Okay, so now for your CV to pass the applicant tracking system, those keywords on the job description must be on your CV. So imagine I'm employing people in this particular session now for a data analyst role, and I told somebody that I need somebody that is very, very good with database management, statistical analysis. Let me use Power BI, Tableau, then last but not the least, critical thinking and problem solving skills. Okay, so now you are applying for that particular role, and then on your CV, those keywords I mentioned, there is no statistical analysis on your CV, there is no problem solving skills on your CV. And okay, fine, you put Power BI, there's Tableau, but I'm not seeing problem solving skills, I'm not seeing statistical analysis, and I'm not also seeing, what was the last one I mentioned? Critical thinking. I'm not seeing those three keywords on your CV, but I'm seeing the remaining ones. Do you know that your CV would not pass the ATS system because those keywords I mentioned are not on your CV? So you, at the end of the day, you end up scoring like 50 to 60% on your CV, which is not a pass mark. So imagine somebody that has all those keywords in their CV and their CV is top notch, like it is standard. They have like 95%. Then you are having 60% on your CV score. The ATS would not even allow your CV to pass. Like it will bounce it back and allow people that are like from 95%, 90% scale through. So once those particular CVs scale through, then they now have interaction with human. Yes, Juliet is actually in sync with me. She said it's true. So guys, recruiters do not, so all those 500 CVs that you are seeing for a particular job is not the HR that is analyzed, that is looking at that CV. No, because imagine I'm looking at 500 CV, I will get tired at a point. Sef, I might not even consider people that their CV is very, very good because I'm already exhausted from looking at over 500 CVs. Okay, so once those people's CV has passed this ATS system, it then moves. So, like I said, over 95% of CVs are rejected. Then it then moves to the human HR. Okay. So the meaning of ATS means applicant tracking system. Applicant tracking system. So it moves to the HR, human resource personnel. So this is now the like human being like me. So when it moves to them, they carefully look at your CV. So imagine 500 CV pass through, and only 20 were able to scale through the CV and the ATS. Then I can actually sit down and take my time to look at those 20 CVs. Okay, so when it goes to them, they look at the CV, scrutinize it very, very well, and then they call some selected people for interview. Okay, so now when they call those people for interview, they do an interaction with you, speak with you, they want to know you better, then they offer just one person the job. So 500 people applied for a particular role, and only one person is getting the job. Like, that's ridiculous, but it's the truth. Like, that's actually the truth and the fun part of application process, job application process. So 500 people are applying for jobs, only 20 people, only 20 people scale through the ATS, only 15 people or 10 people get an interview invite, and only one person gets the job. And guys, I want one of you or five of you to be part of those people that will get the job. Okay. So now let's move to the next phase. So there are about 35,000 global openings on LinkedIn. I'm sure you're saying, that's a lie. Anytime I go on LinkedIn on a daily basis, I see like over 500 on a daily basis. Let me just bring it over 1,000 job openings on LinkedIn. I'm just saying for a particular region. I'm not even talking about incorporating Europe, Africa, Asia, and the likes like that. No, I'm just saying for a particular region. I see over 1,000 application 1,000 job openings on LinkedIn. Then it's now left for you to say, okay, which one can I actually do? Which of this job can I actually do? Which of this job do I have the skills in? Okay, so there are some jobs that they would require you to have skills in Tableau. There are jobs that will require you to have skills in Power BI. And if you know that you are more conversant with Power BI, it's best for you to apply for the one with Power BI and make sure you give it your all. Put your all in it when you're applying. Try to make sure your CV is fitting to that particular role, so that when your CV is being passed through the ATS, it is not being rejected. Okay. So now many Africans fail even before they start. So you don't select a tech career path strategically. So I know a lot of people on this call will be like, there are a lot of tech field out there, so I can actually pick anyone because tech gives you good money, right? Yes, fine. There are a lot of tech field out there that can give you a lot of money, like a lot of money. But can you really, really scale through to be a professional in that field? So you need to be strategic when you're choosing some tech skills. Let me share a story with you. Let me just share my story with you first of all before we proceed. So I started my tech journey in, let me say, in 2019. That was before the COVID. Before no, let's say 2020. In 2020, during the COVID period. So I actually had the urge and the urgency to get into the tech space, because my friends, a lot of my friends have been telling me like, oh, tech is when you get into the tech space, you're going to earn a lot. But they did not tell me the tech field to go into. So when I did my research, I saw that, wow, if you're a software developer, you are going to earn a lot of money. Like, software developers are like the big boys and big girls in town. And I was like, okay, I want to be a software developer. All right. So in 2020, when we were doing the stay at home, the compulsory stay at home, I decided to that period. I don't think I was not having a laptop. Yes, I was not having a laptop. So I told my sister, okay, I want to get into the tech space and I want to learn software development. Like, I want to be building websites for people. And she was like, that's interesting. So my sister gave me if you see my first laptop, I'm sure you will just laugh at me. You'll be like, this is a toolbox. But my sister gave me that particular laptop, and I started my tech journey. I started learning software development on my own. I started learning software development. Guys, if I tell you that in 2020 that I started software development till 2024, there was nothing to show forth. Like, there was nothing to actually show forth that yes, Shakirat is a software developer. Fine, I built a website with HTML, but I was not good. Like, I was not good enough. I cannot stand with somebody that has done a project on software development. So what did I do? I sat down and thought about it. Like, Shakira, what are you doing? Like, you have been in this particular field for over 3 years, and there is nothing to show forth. Like, you are not earning money with it. You are not really, really good with it. What is actually the problem? And I was like, fine, software development gives a lot of money, but I don't think this is for me. Okay, so I spoke with people. That was when I decided to speak with people and know the right tech career path to take. And somebody said something to me, Shakirat, look at the inner you. What do you love doing? Okay, so if you figure out what you love doing, you can incorporate it into the tech space. That was the same thing Esther did. Esther was in the nursing, in the healthcare sector. And Esther saw that data analytics is actually the right fit for her. If she incorporates data analytics to what she's doing, she's going to do well. That was the same thing I did. Okay, so I looked at what I love doing, and I found out that Shakirat, you are a math genius. Like, you love numbers. When it comes to numbers, when it comes to calculations, you are always excited. Why not go for data analytics? And that was how I started my career in data analytics. Okay, so that's just a short story for me. So let's move forward, guys. So now the next thing we are going to be talking about is the career path you choose determines if you get a job in the final quarter of 2025-2026. So we are actually in the final quarter of 2025. This is October. October is almost gone right now. But we still have November and December. And if you get it right today, trust me, you would finish this year well. If you get it right today, you would finish this year well. So now, guys, I'm a data analyst, right? So I cannot come and talk to you without proving it statistically. Okay, so now this is an analysis I did, and I found out that the jobs that are actually trending in 2025 to 2030 is AI and information processing technology. Don't worry, we are getting there. We are getting there. AI and information processing technology, robot and autonomous system, energy generation. You would see that these are the jobs that are actually trending from this year to 2030. And you know, when we get to 2031, AI is still going to trend, but in more advanced level. So now let's move to the next slide. So now, like I was saying, there are some tech career paths you should focus on in 2025. And when I showed my previous slide, we found out that AI, anything related to AI analytics is actually one of the trending jobs right now. Okay, so if you go online, you can see a lot of jobs in the analytics field. So now these are the three tech career paths that are, I feel and I think that Africans should actually go for, because there is no organization, guys, quote me wrong, there is no organization that do not use data. If there is any organization that do not use data, guys, that means those organizations have tendency of closing up. They have tendency of wrapping up in less than no time. Okay, so every organizations are actually looking for data analysts, data scientists, and business analysts. So guys, I know we are really enjoying this my session. So please and please fill out the attendance form so that you can get access to the slide and also to the recording. So don't let this my sweet talk and my knowledge sharing just stick with you today. You can always watch the replay when it has been sent to you. So please and please fill out the attendance form so that you can get access to all of this. So now, like I said, three tech career paths that tech recruiters are on, like they are looking for right now in Africans: data analyst, data scientist, and business analyst. Okay, so why did I focus on these three tech career paths? I'm sure you'll be wondering, so why are you saying these three tech career paths? What, why not project management? Why not technical writing? Why not content creator and the likes? First of all, it is very easy to learn. Very easy to learn. If Shakirat can use one less than, will I say less than a year, because I actually had the guidance of somebody when I was learning. If I can use less than a year to learn, it is very, very easy to learn. That means you too can use less than a year to learn. It is easy to transition. So Mohammed was in the mechanical engineering field, and Mohammed today is a data analyst and a data scientist. He transitioned from mechanical engineering to being a data analyst and a data scientist. I, Shakira, I actually studied science laboratory technology in school. So I'm actually more in the laboratory sector. But now, where is Shakirat today? Shakirat is a data analyst, analyzing data for industries. Okay, so it is easy to transition. Esther was in the healthcare sector, and Esther learned data analytics, and now she has transitioned into being a monitoring and evaluation analyst. Okay, so Kelvin, you don't need to write your name, just fill the form. My colleague is going to send the attendance form now, so just fill it and you get access to all the resources used in this session. No, so now last but not the least, which is why I don't know if why everybody gets to the tech space, but which is why I got into the tech space, is because it has great salary projection. Okay, and I'm sure that's why everybody are getting into the tech space. It has great salary projection. So it is easy to learn, it is easy to transition, and it has great salary projection. So even though software developer has a lot of money, is software development easy to learn? I don't think so. Software development is not easy to learn. Is it easy to transition? Fine, it might be easy to transition, but it is not easy to learn. But for data analytics, data science, and business analysis, all of these three boxes are tick. And what will I say? I have experienced this, so that is why I'm actually telling you that yes, it is true. Those three tech career fields are easy to learn, easy to transition, and it has great salary projection. So, guys, by the end of this session, I'm going to take questions. Don't worry. I know a lot of us have questions for me, and I'm going to take it. So now, what do you need to do to become one? What do you need to do to become like Shakirat, to become like Mohammed, to become like some of my colleagues in Navient Analytics? So now, let me move to data analytics. What is data analytics? Okay, so data analytics is all about summarizing numbers. Okay, you are using data to tell a story. So imagine you are seeing informations on tape in your Excel file, rows and columns, but I cannot make sense of that particular information because I'm just seeing numbers there. I'm seeing numbers and words, text there. But as a data analyst, you would come into the organization, use that data to make it make sense. Like you would tell a story with that data, you would summarize what the data is talking about. You would also like recommend solutions. Okay, so as a data analyst, you need to know you need to learn introduction to data analytics. You need to have Microsoft Excel skills for analytics. So it's not just by learning Excel plus and minus. Do you know how to use Excel to clean data? Do you know how to use Excel to tell a story? Do you know how to use Excel to interpret data with true visuals? You need to, as a data analyst, you need to learn that. Then you need to understand Microsoft Power BI skills, Tableau, Looker Studio, SQL. So now, the thing about SQL is like structured query language. So most organizations right now, they do not store their data on laptops anymore. So imagine I have a brand that is over 30 years and you are expecting me to store my data on a laptop. I don't think there's any laptop that can take my data storage. If I've been keeping records from inception, I don't think any brand, any laptop can take my data storage. Instead, most organizations prefer storing their data in a cloud-based system. So how do you retrieve those data? Your knowledge from SQL, structured query language, allows you to retrieve data from any cloud base that an organization is storing their data. So now you also need to have chat GPT skills. Okay. So now what do I mean by having chat GPT skills? And you work for a company and your company tells you like, oh, I need to see we are not making sales and I need to see the reason why we are not making sales. Okay. So now, as a data analyst, right, you don't know it all. After you've done your analysis, you need to make recommendations. Like you need to write a comment on it, like, okay, if we focus on XYZ, I'm sure we'll bring more sales. You don't know it all, like you don't know all the recommendations to give. Using tools like ChatGPT to actually give you more insights, it to your managers, they will feel like, oh, let me call somebody's name. They will feel like Indubisi knows it all. Like when you when you tell Indubisi to write reports for you, a report is top notch. Meanwhile, Indubisi is using the help and idea of ChatGPT. Even though she has knowledge on data, she has used that knowledge on data to analyze the data, get insight, but she's using the knowledge of ChatGPT to communicate clearly to the stakeholders. At the end of the day, what stakeholders want to see is the end results. They don't want to see the process behind achieving the end result. Okay, so you need to have skills on AI, which is what ChatGPT. So now, what is data science? Data science is all about prediction. You are predicting what would happen. You are forecasting. So, for example, your organization is making sales at intervals at different months. You can actually forecast as a data analyst the amounts your organization will make in the last quarter of this year. So for example, you can look at past data, see how well they've been doing, and then you can now forecast, okay, this is November and December, the festive season. This is how much we would make. So the forecasting, you are not actually the one forecasting it. It's actually your models that you built that will do the forecasting for you. Okay, so this is where data science is like very, very interesting. If you know data science, trust me, it is interesting. Like imagine building models and the models are predicting outcome of something, and at the end of the day, what your model predicted is kind of very, very accurate. I don't know. You would be so sought after that people will be like, this person is a soothsayer. Anything this person says, it comes to pass. Meanwhile, it's just your model that is doing the wonders. Okay, so as a data scientist, you would be learning introduction to data science, Excel for predictive analytics. So for data analysts, you are using Excel to analyze. But as a data scientist, even after analyzing with Excel, you also need to learn how to use Excel for predictive analysis. Okay, you need to learn how to use Excel for forecasting. How do you forecast next sales? How do you forecast how many quantities this person would make? Let me tell you, let me give an example. I'm sure most of us here, right? We have YouTube, we watch movies on YouTube, we watch movies on Netflix, we watch movies on maybe music platforms like Spotify, Audiomack, and the likes. So have you ever wondered how do these platforms actually know what I like? For example, I go on Spotify and I I decided to be serious with my life. So I decided listening to gospel music. I listened to gospel music today, right? And the next day you come to your Spotify feed, you saw that your Spotify feed has already changed. Like you that used to listen to um normal music before, then at the end of the day, you're coming to your Spotify, you are seeing that if not let me not say half, like 40% of your recommended playlist are gospel music. How, like, have you ever sat down to think who is actually doing this? Like, how do these people know that this is the kind of thing I love doing? Okay. So what they actually did was they looked at the data scientists looked at what your record. Okay. They saw that, okay, this person is actually moving in this line of direction. Let's push more of this content for this person. There was one that I was discussing with my friend, and my friend was like, have you ever noticed that when you say something on TikTok, before you know, what you're saying is what TikTok is going to bring for you? And I just laughed at, like, I laughed and I was like, that's wrong. So the thing is, I'm sure when you said something, you actually played that particular video, TikTok would feel like, oh, okay, this person loves to see more of this content. So let's try to engage this person with this particular type of content. So that is the way all this our social media platform works. When they look at your data and they've seen that this person is into this content, let's give this person this content. And it's a data scientist that is the backbone of that particular process. So now the next thing, so you would also learn Tableau, SQL, Python. So it's Python you actually use to build these predictive models. So all of these predictive models I've been mentioning, you use Python to build them. Okay, so you learn exploratory data analysis with Python, machine learning, GitHub. So GitHub is like a platform where you can push in your project. Okay, so if you want somebody to have access to the models that you built, you can give them the link to the GitHub page, and they will definitely have access to that particular model you've built. Then you also need to learn ChatGPT for data science. So now let's move to the next phase, which is business analysis. Okay, so now for business analysis, I would always say a business analyst is like they love looking for trouble. I would always say that a business analyst love looking for trouble. So they are the type of people that they love helping organizations grow. They love helping organizations grow. And how do they help organizations grow? First of all, they come into an organization, they identify the problem the organization is facing. So that's the why I said a business analyst love looking for trouble. So they come into an organization, identify the problem the organization is facing, then they now offer solutions to the organization. So let me give an example. Let me use the healthcare sector. So a business analyst is being employed in the healthcare sector. So the business analyst noticed that these people are still doing modern, sorry, will I say not modern, traditional way of attending to customers. Okay, they are still doing traditional ways of attending to customers. What do I mean by that? Customer walks into this organization, and then when they walk into the organization, they follow queue. Before they would first sit down, they will have to sit and wait before they see a doctor and the likes like that, which is very, very wrong. So what a business analyst will do is they can actually recommend, why not let's do like an online platform that our patients can actually communicate with doctor through that particular platform. So there's this healthcare agency, Reliance. Reliance are actually an online, so they actually still operate online, even though they have hospitals around, they still operate online. So if you are the type of person, like maybe you are really, really sick and you cannot afford to go to the hospital, what you can do is you can actually communicate with a doctor online, and the doctor is going to speak with you, get all the issues you are facing, and then recommend drugs for you. So even the recommending of drugs, you don't need to go to the hospital to pick the drugs. They can actually send the drugs to you. So who actually thought of that idea? Is a business analyst that thought of the idea, and like, if we do XYZ, trust me, the population of patient that comes into this particular organization, it would reduce drastically. So as a business analyst, you identify a problem and try to look for possible ways to solve the problem. Okay, so now what will you be learning as a business analyst? You need to understand introduction to business analysis. What is business analysis all about? How do you solve business problems? How do you do gap analysis? How do you draw processes, business process, and how do you upgrade it? You need to learn all of that. You also need to have data skills. So Excel, a data analyst is learning it, a data scientist is learning it. You as a business analyst, you also need to have data skills on Excel, Power BI, and SQL. Because there are sometimes that you might be in an organization that they don't want to employ a data analyst. Instead, they would want you to do all of the job. They want you to do a data analyst job, a business analyst job, and data scientist job. You need to have an idea on it. Okay, so you'll be learning all of that. And then you would also be learning software development cycle. How do a project go from planning to execution? You would also learn gap analysis, process mapping, agile methodology, documenting a PRD. So a PRD is like, it shows end-to-end products of what you're trying to build. So you also need to learn how to build a PRD, okay, as a business analyst. And guys, guess what? The average salary for a data analyst is $62,000 to $100,000 annually. So if let's pick $60. So if I divide $60 by 12, that's like if I divide $60,000 by 12, that's like, let's say $5,000 monthly. Yes, if I'm correct. $5,000 monthly. So imagine you are earning, let me even bring it down to $2,000 or $1,000. Then imagine you are earning $1,000 monthly. Trust me, is a lot. Then the average salary for a data scientist is 91 to 141,000, and the average salary for a business analyst is this amount. So let's move to the next slide. So which tech career path will you choose? So I want to see our comments in the chat box based on all that I've said. I said a data analyst is a storyteller. He interprets data. A data scientist is a predictor. He predicts the future. He or she sees into the future. And a business analyst is a problem solver or a translator. So they identify business problem and solve the problem. So which of these would you want to go for? So which one are you interested in? The data analyst, the data scientist, or the business analyst? Interesting. I can see a lot of business analysts. My data scientist and data analyst people, what's happening? There's actually money in data analyst too, in data analytics rather. Interesting. So yes, I can see a lot of comments in the chat box. I can see data analyst, data scientist, business analyst. And guys, don't worry. As far as Esther can do it, Shakirat can do it, Mohammed can do it, you definitely would also know how to do it. Okay. So now the next thing is, what do you need to do to actually start? Now that everybody has chosen, everybody know the tech career path they should go for. So what do you need to start to get started in the tech space now? The first thing is you need to start learning. Okay, you need to start learning. You need to start learning these skills. Data analytics. If you're interested in data analytics, you start learning the skills of a data analyst. If you're interested in data scientists, in data science, you need to start learning the skills of a data scientist. So when you learn the skills, the next thing is branding. Guys, the next thing is branding. Okay. So now what do I mean by branding? Branding is like a skills that put you out there, that tells recruiters that you are potentially employable. Okay, so if recruiters are not seeing all of this, they are just seeing that, oh, this person has skills, I don't think they would want to like employ you. Okay, so you need to brand yourself properly. And what do I mean by branding? Your CV needs to be top notch. Remember I said when I started this session that 500 people apply for a job, only 20 CVs pass the ATS, applicant tracking system. So if you want your CV to actually pass that particular stage, you need to know how to brand your CV well. Like you need to know how to brand. When I say brand, you need to know how to brand your CV well. Okay. Then you also need to know how to build a strong online brand on LinkedIn. Then portfolio building. So how do you tell somebody that, oh, you're a data analyst, you're a data scientist, you're a business analyst? You need to have a portfolio website. Okay. So portfolio website is a website that shows you what this person has done. Portfolio website is a website that shows you what this person has done. Then you need to have Upwork. You need to set up your Upwork profile. Mentorship. You need mentorship. Mentorship is very, very important. Okay. Like I said, when I started my tech career, I was not having any mentor. There was nobody I could actually go up to and ask that, okay, this is where I'm stuck. But when I did a switch, before I even did a switch, I asked people around, what do I need to get started? Like, how do I identify the right tech career path for me? And somebody told me, look at your inner you and what do you love doing? Okay. And when I did that, I actually chose the right path and I am doing very, very well in that particular field. Okay. So now the next thing is lifetime interview prep. Okay. So here at Limit Analytics, you have lifetime interview prep. So imagine there was one of our students, right? He had an interview on Monday. So he reached out to the person, this student I'm talking about. He has actually finished his program. He has even finished the internship stage because I was the one, he worked with me as an intern. He had finished his internship stage. So one of his facilitator reached out to us and was like, oh, one of his students is having an interview on Monday and he would need preparation. So we as a team, like we picked three people from the team to prep this person for interview. And guess what? After the guy finished the interview, the next week? Yeah, or the next week, we got good news that he has gotten the job. So imagine this person did not reach out to us. Fine, he might actually do well, but he might not do really well. So we would prep you for interview in such a way that when you go for the physical interview, I'm not saying physical, it can be virtual, but when you are doing the real interview, you are not shaking. When they are asking you questions, you know how to answer, like you are hitting the nail on the head. So imagine I ask you, may I know you? Introduce yourself to us. And you're just telling me your name, you're telling me what you are. I'm Shakira and I'm a data analyst. That is not it. You need to tell me, you need to tell me a project like you've worked on so that I would know that, okay, yes, this person knows what he or she is doing. Okay. So now when it comes to job referencing, so imagine you are our student, right? And you apply for a job, then they give you the job and they're like, oh, okay, we need somebody from your previous organization to actually validate that, yes, you truly know what you're doing. You can definitely reach out to us and we would give you a job reference letter. Yes, Immaculate, I can actually mentor you. I can mentor you. If you are my students, I'll mentor you. Okay. So somebody, you can always reach out to us if you need like a job reference letter, and we will give you that particular letter. Okay. So we want to we are not just about our students learning the skills. No, we want to make sure they get the job. So anything that is required of us to make sure they get the job, then we will do it. So now the next thing is on the job support. So let's say you have gotten the job now, everything is settled, then you are working on a project in the job on the job, and maybe you don't really understand, or you are trying to do something and it's not clicking. You can always reach out to us and we would assist you. So it's just for us to jump on a call and then we would see the issue you are having, we would resolve it. So even while you are in the program, while you are done with the program, while you've gotten the job, we are never going to leave you. So we are like, I'm sure you guys have heard, who's your guy? So we are like, when they say who's your guy, we are like your guy. So anything you want on the job support, we are there for you. We would give you back to back. Okay. So now the next thing is after you've learned, you've branded yourself. The next thing is you apply for jobs. And it's not just by applying, it's not just by using one CV to apply to 10 jobs. That's absurd. Like in this era that ATS is now what major organizations leverage on, it is absurd, like very, very absurd. So we'll teach you how to job match your CV using AI. So when I spoke about CV, I was mentioning some keywords, and if all those keywords are not on your CV, trust me, your CV would not pass that ATS. So we'll teach you how to make sure the important keywords on the job description are on your CV. So you would learn that. Then the next thing is recommendation for jobs. So if we have there was a time we had a job opening. One company reached out to us and they were like, oh, they need a data analyst to work to come on board in the organization. And we had students, like we had series of students. So we had to pick like our best 3 students. Okay. So when we picked our best 3 students, we sent out their CV to them. And guess what, guys? They reached out to them, called them for interview. And currently, one of our students is actually working for that organization. So when it comes to recommendation to jobs, we are good at that. We want to make sure all our students get the job. Okay. So then you have access to exclusive jobs. I'm sure as of today, right? We sent about 3 jobs, 3 job opening to our students to apply. Okay. So we sent about 3 job openings to our students. So we are not just going to leave you to look for the job by yourself and apply. No, we would also send you jobs that you can apply to. And when you apply, definitely one of them will call you for an interview. Yeah, don't worry, Prince, I'm going to show you a template of a good CV. Okay, so now here is how Esther applied these simple steps. So the first thing is Esther joining Ment Analytics in February. She was in my court. Okay. So I was not a facilitator, but I was part of the people that guided Esther. So Esther was in my court, and when she joined, she started learning. She completed her program in May. The next thing is Esther branded herself. So she tailored her CV to fit a data analyst CV. And then she joined all our mentorship sessions. And then she applied to the job. So after applying, she got an appointment later. And that was Esther success story. So we have a lot of testimonials that I cannot mention, but a lot. So this is Ugochi. Ugochi was like a sit-at-home mom. So I'm sure there are some sit-at-home moms right here in this session. So Ugochi was also a sit-at-home mom. Like she was breastfeeding her baby, and then she was just thinking like, so what is the next step after breastfeeding my baby? What am I going to be doing? Is it that I'm going to just continue sitting at home doing nothing? So what she actually leveraged on our program, she joined our program, she followed all our course, our training, everything that we told Ugochi to do, she did them religiously. And guess what? Ugochi is now working in an organization. Okay, she's working for Marite Consulting firm. So Ugochi that was actually thinking, oh, what am I going to do after breastfeeding my baby? I don't even know now. I don't know what to do anymore. Now Ugochi is no longer thinking. Instead, she's now thinking of how to get her job done. So guys, a lot of success story. We have Mary. Mary is a Ghanaian. Mary was also in the February course with Esther. Mary finished her training. Immediately Mary finished that training, there was a job opening that we sent on to their class group, and Mary applied for that particular job opening because she was in Ghana, and the job was specific to Ghanaians. So Mary applied, and guess what? They called Mary for the internship, and when Mary was working with them, she also applied for another one, and they told her that when she finished this internship stage, she's going to move into that particular organization. So a lot of success story that I cannot mention. I'm sure you're wondering, is it only guys that we have in this particular organization? Is it only female that are getting the job? That means me as a male, no hope for me. No, there is still hope for you. Oluwaseun Ojo he works in a microfinance bank, and then we did a physical event, a physical tech event on the island as at last year. So Oluwaseun event, and he spoke with Mohammed. He met Mohammed in that particular event. So Oluwaseun spoke with Mohammed, and after their conversation, Oluwaseun joined our program. And guess what? Oluwaseun now get gigs. Like if you search on LinkedIn, Oluwaseun Ojo, you would see this particular guy. Like he gets a lot of gigs on LinkedIn, like it is water. So LinkedIn is like his best platform because that is where he's getting a lot of gigs, that a one-time gig that once he does it, is moving on to the next. Okay. And now Oluwaseun Ojo he now works with Young Innovation Plug as a business analyst. So since March, he has been working for this particular organization. Ephraim, you really need to meet Mohammed. If you want to meet Mohammed, join our program. You would meet Mohammed. So you can also connect with him on LinkedIn and reach out to him, ask him question on LinkedIn. Then if you want to meet him one-on-one, like have an interaction, voice interaction with him, join our program and you will definitely meet him. Okay, so we have a lot of success story. We have Grace, we have Lebora. Let me tell you Lebora's story. So Lebora joined our platform, our program, right? So when she joined, she was when Lebora joined, she joined like I was actually the data coach at that time for Lebora's class. So when Lebora joined, she joined like after the first week class. So when she joined, I was like, oh my goodness, will this lady be able to cope? As she joined like after the first week. And Deborah told me something. She said, I'm going to do it. Like I even saw the determination in her. And then I gave her all the resources that she needed. And then she started joining classes. She was very, very close to our facilitator and she was following us religiously. Do you know that the second week, the third week that Lebora joined us, she built her first Excel dashboard. And she posted it on LinkedIn. We encouraged all of them to post on LinkedIn, and Lebora posted on LinkedIn. Guess what now happened? Somebody reached out to Lebora on that particular post that she made and said that, please, I would want you to work on a project with me. So that was how Lebora got her first gig. So even though Lebora paid money for the program, before she finished, even like 2 weeks into the program, she had already gotten her first gig, and that she just used Excel. There's an organization that I worked for, right? And the only tool, even though I had versatile skills in Excel, Power BI, Tableau, the only tool I actually leveraged in that organization was Excel. Excel tool. To tell you that Excel is not just small. You can use Excel to make your first thousands, your first million. You can use Excel to actually make your money. Okay, so now we have Eileen Okai, we have Grace. So now what are the things Navient Analytics is offering? Okay, so even though we are going to be teaching you, we are going to be training you on the skills, we would also give you like CV review and the likes like that. What are the lifetime packages that Navient Analytics is offering you? So you have lifetime interview preparation. So even though you finished your program, we prepared you for one interview and you got the job. So you worked in that organization for like 2 years and you're tired, you applied again to another job. They gave you like an interview invite. You can still reach out to us. Like even though in the next 3 years, you can still reach out to us. If you have an interview, we will definitely prep you because we want to make sure that our students succeed and excel. Because the joy of every organization is to see their students succeed. So if my student is not, or the joy of a mentor is to see that their mentee is succeeding. So if your mentee is not succeeding, you will be sad. So we definitely want to help you succeed. So we'll be offering you lifetime interview preparation. You have lifetime access to all your training materials. So all the training materials you're using for your program, you have lifetime access to it. You have lifetime access to recommendation letters, lifetime access to alumni mentorship. Okay, so I'm actually in charge of our alumni community, and once in a while, like I engage that community just to get update from them, and we just do a lot of fun things in our community. So you have lifetime access to us even after a training. Okay, so now guys, I'm sure you are wondering all of these things that Shakira has said. what is the duration, what is the training duration. Okay, so now it's a 4 month journey. So I want the people that I'll be working with, guys. It's a 4 month journey. So you're dedicating 4 months of your time, 4 months of your I don't want to say life, 4 months of your time with Nibent Analytics. You haven't seen, oh, we actually have success story in data science. So there's one of our students, her name is what's her name? Damilola. Yes, Damilola. So Damilola was one of our students. She was very, very good. And so Damilola applied for a job, right? So she applied for a job, and when she applied, our organization now found out that they've given Damilola a job. So immediately what they did was they told Damilola that all the money she paid Navient Analytics for her training, they want to pay her back, and they want to like advance her role in the organization. So that was how Damilola like got a gig, got a promotion in an organization. So we have a lot of success story, guys. I can't mention all. I can't just mention all. I will also be showing you our portfolio. Then you can also go on our YouTube page. Just search for Navient Analytics, and you would see a lot of testimonial there. Like a lot, you would see a lot of testimonial there. So it's a 4 month journey, 3 months of intensive training, and 1 month internship. Okay, so 3 months intensive training, you'll be learning your technical skills and your soft skills, because for you to thrive in a job, you need to have both technical and soft skills. So we are very, very big on that. And after your 3 month training, we want to see how far you've gone. You move to the internship phase. You move to the internship phase, which is for 1 month. So you are going to be working as an intern for Navient Analytics. We want to see how you can help organization make smart decisions. So you'll be making smart decisions for us. And based on your decisions, based on your recommendations, we as the stakeholder, that's Navient Analytics, we would leverage on your recommendations and implement it. And trust me, if it yields results, you can actually like add it on your CV. So that's a win for you. So after your 1 month internship, you move to our alumni community. Then your class schedule is on Saturday. You have classes from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. West African time. So it's going to be for 3 hours, instructor-led based class. So your instructor will be in that particular class. You guys will be working on case study. So this time around, they're not working on just normal. Your instructor is not teaching you how to clean data. It's not teaching you how to do plus and minus. No, you guys are working for an organization, and based on your findings, you will communicate back to that particular organization. So you work for an actual organization, and on Sundays you watch some set of videos. So this time around, these videos you are watching is not just on Sundays. You watch it from on Sunday to Friday. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you are watching these videos that would prepare you for your class on Saturday. Okay, so the videos are self-paced, so you don't need to come to a class and watch the video. No, you watch it at your own time, and once you are done watching it on Saturday, you guys, based on your understanding from the video, on Saturdays you guys work on a case study and you implement what you've learned on that particular case study. Then on Tuesday you have your technical support session. So if you're having issues regarding anything, maybe project you're working on, you can come to that particular session 9 to 10 p.m. You can also get to learn from other people's session. Then on Thursday evening, you are going to be doing your mentorship session. So this time around, somebody said, can I mentor her? So when you're in event analytics, you don't even need to ask me. On every Thursdays, we have mentors that will come to that particular session and speak with you guys on areas that will make you stand out in your field. Okay. So now, these are the learning platforms we are working with here at Navient Analytics. So you're going to have access to the Google Classroom. So Google Classroom is where you get updates on all your live classes. So let's say we're having a class tomorrow. Let me give an example. your login details would have been posted in your Google Classroom. All you need to do is by tomorrow at that time, go to your Google Classroom, click on the login details, and it takes you directly to the session. After the session, so during the session is going to be recorded just like this particular session. And after your session, then we would upload the recording back to the Google Classroom. Okay, so there are some times that some of our students will be like, oh, I'm very, very busy, so I will not be able to attend this particular class, but trust me, I'll attend the next class. So instead of them missing out, directly, you can always go back to that recording and watch it so that they can see what was taught at that time. Then you have your class material too is also going to be posted in your Google Classroom. So anything related to your live class, sessions like this, anything related to where your instructor would speak with you, it is always in the Google Classroom. Then the self-paced video that I talked about that you would watch from Sunday to Friday, it's on the learning management system, which is called Nebient's website. So if you look at my screenshots, you would see some videos by your right hand side. Those are the videos that you need to watch to prepare you for your class on Saturday. So they are called preparatory videos. So here at Nibient Analytics, anytime you hear our students saying DID videos, it means do as I do videos. So this is not just videos you are watching. You are watching the video, you are also implementing on your end. So at the end of the day, when you finish your program at Nibient Analytics, you end up having like 7 to 8 projects that you worked on. Based on your DID videos and your live classes, you end up having like 7 to 8 projects that you have worked on. So guys, don't worry. At the end of this session, I'm going to take questions. So just sit back and relax. Then this is the link to the brochure. So once the slide has been sent to you and also the recording, you can click on this link and it will take you to the brochure. So any of the program that you're interested in, you will definitely see all that you are going to be learning here at Nibient Analytics. So these are some of the fancy dashboards that our students built. So this dashboard I have seen, who would believe that a beginner would build something like this? I don't think so. So these are some of the projects that some of our students used to get a job. So are you seeing the reason why I said Esther got a job, Naomi got a job, Oluwaseun got a job, Grace, Lebora, Ugochi? These are some of the dashboards that they built to get a job. Okay, so these are some of the dashboards you will build here at Nibient Analytics. So we are not just here to play with you. No, we are going to make sure you build standard and professional dashboard. You work on standard and professional projects. So it's not just anyhow project you're working on, standard and professional projects. Yes, definitely, Oluwatobi, you can learn data science without having any knowledge in data analytics. So these are some of our student portfolio. So let me just select one of our student portfolio and let's see. So this is, so let me select the data science track. So this is Daniel. Let me use Daniel's. Okay, so this is Daniel's portfolio. So guys, can you see Daniel built this particular portfolio without having to write any single line of code. So this is Daniel's certificate. If you check here, this is the certificate Daniel got from us. So let me click on data science portfolio. You would see all of the projects Daniel has done. Email spam detection. Daniel did this particular project. So you would also work on Grandis. This is a project that was built on Excel, a project that was built on Tableau. So like you have a lot. We have a lot of students here, and so let me go back to my slide. So we have a lot of students here, and this is their portfolio. So once the slide has been sent to you, you can go through each of the student portfolio and see what our students are doing. So now I'm sure a lot of us ask a lot of questions. How do I join the next class? How do I am I correct? I want to see our reaction. If you are correct, if I'm correct rather, do you want to know how to join the next class? Let me get your reaction before I proceed. Okay. All right. So now the next thing is we have a class that is starting on the 8th of November 2025. So that means, would I say in 2 weeks' time? Would I say 2 weeks' time? No. In 3 weeks' time, we have a class that's starting on that is going to start on the 8th. That's 3 weeks' time. And I'm sure you're wondering, how do you join? Okay. So now, like I said, if you're going for the data science program, you are good to go. If you're going for the data analytics program, you are good to go. And if you're going for the business analysis program, you are good to go. So guys, because before I tell you how to start, because I have like, I don't know, I'm just so, maybe because I maybe because I'm actually in the tech space and I want to make sure that people also get to the tech space, people get to enjoy what I am also enjoying. There are a lot of projects I've worked on that I don't know, I can't just count them, but it's like maybe a one-time project and the money I got from it is just nothing to write them about. So I want to make sure people on this call to actually enjoy what I've enjoyed, what some of my colleagues have enjoyed, what some of our students have enjoyed, and what Mohammed has enjoyed. Okay. So the actual price for this particular course, each of these courses is 350,000. The actual price is 350,000. Okay. But because I want some of you, right, to be on our next class, to be in our next class. I actually spoke with management and I really, really thought that no, I must give a discount in this particular session because after all my talk and after impacting on in people's life, I cannot allow them to just go like that, like, oh, the money is high or something. No, I want to give them a discount. Okay. So now, instead of you paying 350,000 naira, I'm going to be giving a discount. I'm going to be removing 100,000 naira from the people I am going to be working with today. Okay. So now the actual price for this particular program right here for people on this call is 250,000 naira. So you don't need to pay 350,000 naira anymore. Instead, you can pay 250,000 naira to get started. I'm sure you're wondering, I'm seeing a lot of emojis right there flying left and right. Okay. So guys, imagine you pay you pay 250,000 naira to get started. And before the end of the program, you've gotten maybe a gig or something. That is if you are putting yourself out there or you are putting in the work. You would not even think of, oh, I actually spent this amount on myself. Okay, so you can actually pay 250,000 naira to get started. So who wants to join me? Who wants to join my next call that is starting on the 8th of November? So I want to see some reactions. Who wants to join my next call that's starting on the 8th of November? Okay, so now I'm seeing a lot of questions in the chat box. So guys, I know 250, asking for 250, telling you to pay 250 right now on this call, like right now, it might be a lot for people, for some people, based on the fact that, oh, this was not planned. So having to pay 250,000 naira is a lot. But guys, I have a special instrumental plan for you. So instead of you paying 250,000 naira right now on this call, you can actually pay 85,000 naira. And guys, do you know the good thing about this? If you pay 85,000 naira today, you have access to all our platforms for 1 month. So you have access to all our platform from when the class starts till the end of November. Then by the end of November, you pay the next payment of what? 85,000 naira. And by the end of December, you make another payment of 80,000. So we are not stressing you. In as much as we want to impact life, we don't want to stress our students. So you can actually use 85,000 naira to start the class. Okay. So you can start the class with 85,000 naira. You have access to all of our materials, our facilitators, our mentors. You have access to all our learning platforms. And by the end of November, you pay another 85,000 naira. And by the end of December, we pay the balance of 80,000 naira. So who am I working with right here on this call? I want to know. So this offer is not for everybody. Like, it is not for everybody because I want only serious people to actually follow me. I did it. Mohammed did it because we were both serious. We had to put in the work. Some of our students did it. We also want some of you here on this particular session to also be part of our success story. So who am I working with? Okay. So I'm seeing a lot of comments. Somebody said, where is your headquarter? Okay. So if I don't know, you can actually search for us on all social media platforms. I got a comment from somebody and they were like, once you just see red and white on social media platforms, just know that's Navient Analytics. So you can always search for us from all social media platforms, starting from LinkedIn, from Instagram to TikTok to Twitter to Facebook. Just search Navient Analytics. To YouTube, you will definitely see Navient Analytics there. Okay, so who am I working with? I want to know who I'm working with from now till the end of January. Okay, so now, guys, I have a special discount. I have a special offer for you. Okay, so now you can actually make your payments to this particular bank account. Okay, so this is our bank account. You can actually make your payment there to get started and send your receipt to this number on the screen. So my colleague is also going to be dropping an account number and phone number in the chat box so that you can also reach out immediately make your payment. So guys, I also have a special offer for you. So I know it's a lot right here, right? Asking you to bring all of this money once, right? So now this is what I want you to do. You can actually secure your slots. You can secure, so if you don't really have the money to make now, you can actually secure your slot. So the reason why I'm saying that is because after you've done your finding, you're not like, oh, okay, that Navient Analytics is actually real. Shakirat was right about that. Like, a lot of people are actually learning from Navient Analytics and they are getting the job. I want to get started. The day you are ready, the discount might no longer be available. And I would not want to be in a tight spot, right? And I'm like, yeah, you are reaching out to me and I'm like, oh, the discount is no longer available. Or you're reaching out to my colleagues and they're like, oh, the discount is no longer available. So you can actually secure your slots with 30,000 naira right now. Okay. So the reason why I'm saying that is because if you secure your slot to 30,000, when you are ready to make payments before the class starts, even though by the end of this month we do our review meeting and we are like, okay, we want to increase our price. We don't want it to be 250 anymore. We want it to be 400. In as much as you've paid 30,000 naira, you definitely have access to paying 250,000 naira for your program. Okay, so you've already saved yourself paying extra 150,000 because of this 30,000 naira that you secured. You already saved yourself of paying extra 150. So guys, you can actually secure your slot right now, make direct payments to this account number, and let me help you get started in the tech space. So this is the last quarter of the year, and I want that everybody, if not everybody, most of us on this call, I want Favor, I want Paul, I want Chinedu, I want Blessing, I want people on this call, Williams, George, I want everybody on this call to be part of people that are getting into the tech space. Because guys, AI is here to stay and they are here to stay forever. So why not get into that space, get as much as you can, and you are seeing yourself like, I don't know, I don't even know what to say anymore because I don't know, because I'm just so excited because I'm glad that I did that. Like, I actually followed what my mentor said and I'm enjoying what he actually told me, and what I implemented when he told me to do so. Okay, so now this is the time to ask questions. So this is the time to ask questions. So guys, I'm sure some of you are like, okay, I saw a lot of comments in the chat box. Like somebody said, oh, I want to meet with Mohammed. I really want to see Mohammed. So Mohammed is going to be holding a portfolio website tomorrow. Okay, it's going to be holding a portfolio website tomorrow, and it's not that particular session is not for everybody. It is not for everybody. So those portfolio that I showed you, that our student built, that I told you that they did not write a single line of code, Mohammed is going to be showing us how to do so tomorrow. And that particular session is not for everybody. Okay. So the session is going to be for people that have secured their slot tonight. So if you have secured your slot with that 30,000 naira I spoke about, you are going to have access to that exclusive session. So you are going to have a 1 hour session with Mohammed tomorrow by 8:30 p.m. tomorrow. Okay. So by tomorrow, you are going to be seeing Mohammed, interacting with him, building your own portfolio. So you're going to know how to build your portfolio. And once you've built your portfolio, once you've joined our program, you do your first project, you do your second project. You don't need to stress yourself building portfolio again. All you need to do is push your project to your portfolio that you built, and you are good to go. So you don't need to do too much talk. When somebody tell you, what do? You tell the person, oh, I'm a data analyst, I'm a data scientist, I'm a business analyst. The next thing is send proof of your work so that the person can know that, okay, these are the projects you've worked on. So if you also search online on LinkedIn for Shakirat, you will definitely see that my LinkedIn page is carrying projects that I've worked on. The link to my portfolio is also on my LinkedIn page. So I don't need to stress too much. If somebody is actually trying to ask, who is Shakirat? What does she do? All they need to do is go to my LinkedIn page. They will see the link to my portfolio, and they would see all of the projects I've worked on. So guys, enough of talk. I want to speak with people right now. So I'm going to be unmuting, and if you have any question, please use the raise hand icon so that I can call you. Okay? So guys, use the raise hand icon, and I'm going to call you so that we can talk to each other. So yes, Blessing, you have the floor. Blessing, you have the floor. Okay, so I don't think Blessing is with us. So let me speak with Dennis. Dennis, you have the floor. Okay, so Dennis is not with us. Joseph, you have the floor. So you can speak. You can unmute and speak.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, Joseph.
Hello.
Yes, I can.
Yeah. I wanted to ask a question. Aside from
Okay.
those that you were talking about having a class with Mohammed tomorrow on the this thing
Okay.
portfolio this thing. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm asking the place you fill our name, that's the link you sent earlier. Is it that we don't have access to that link? Like if we did not pay the money, like we
Sorry,
don't have
come again,
access.
Joseph. The line was breaking.
The link we asked to fill our name, the like the first link you sent earlier before we started. Yeah, is it that we don't have access to those links anymore, or those links still stand? Because at the initial point, at the initial time, you told us that you are going to send slides on that link, and I thought that those links can actually be accessed maybe from time to time and the rest of them. So you talked about having another class and the rest of them. So I want to understand what.
Oh, okay. All right. So the link you filled is for you to have access to the recording for today and also the slide I used. So if you want to go back through the recording, you want to hear all of the things I said from beginning of the session till the end, you would have access to it, provided you filled the link that my colleague was posting. But for tomorrow's session is an exclusive session. So it's only for people that have made commitments to join our program. Okay. So we want
Oh,
to show the guys, we want to show those particular people how to build a solid portfolio. So those portfolio I showed about our students, we want to show those particular set of people how to build the portfolio so that once they've started building their project, they can push in their portfolio into that website. So did you get it, Joseph?
okay. So what about the one we are starting? Yeah. What about the one we are starting on the 8th of November? Yeah, main
Okay,
class. Is it different
that's
from
the
the one
main
of
class.
tomorrow?
Yes, that's the main class. So the one on the 8th of November is the main class. So that's when you have started your 4 month intensive training with event analytics. So it's different from the session tomorrow.
Okay. But the money, the 250K, even the 85K, everything is too much. Some of us are students and well, it's fine.
So Joseph, I want to ask.
I think
You said some of us here are students, right? So you know I'm a data analyst. I work with
yeah.
facts. I work with figures, right? Have you done the statistics?
Okay. Yeah.
Hmm? So I have like over like 70 people on this call. So have you done the statistic and you found
Uh,
out that, oh yes, some of us actually on this call are students?
Waiting for the comments on the comment sections. I think many of them they held their view, and majority of them were saying that they are students. So I think judging from that aspect, I would say many of us are students because I've not heard other people's so some other persons have not actually say their mind also, and see comment as the entering, comment as the coming in. So
Okay. So it's just actually few of you that are students. But guys, please don't look at the fact that, oh, I'm a student, I don't have the money, so I can't start. I started as a student. I started my data analytics journey as a student. And see, let me tell a story, right? When I was in school, I was speaking with one of my friends and I was telling my friend, like, what is life after school? Like, what am I going to be doing after school? Even though I was like part of the best graduating students in my class, I was still speaking with my friend, like, what am I going
wow.
to be doing after school? And my friend told me, Shakirat, don't don't think about what you do after school. Learn the tech skill that you can learn right now and let the job come. Like, leave the job to come by itself, but just learn what you want to learn. And I took that advice. That was when I started learning data analytics. I just finished my service. If I tell you now, I just finished my service like last year, and I can count how much I've earned as a data analyst. So guys, don't look at the fact that, oh, I'm a student. No, don't look at the fact that you're a student. You can actually learn data analytics and start making money. So before I proceed, Mohammed is actually on the call. So I'm sure everybody have been asking, who is this Mohammed? I want to meet Mohammed. And I told you guys that you were meant to meet
Oh,
Mohammed yesterday, tomorrow. So this is Mohammed on the call, and he has come to join us. He wants to hear from you. He wants to make sure some of us, if not all of us, get into the tech space today and today. All right, Mohammed, you have
all
the
right.
floor.
Good evening, Mohammed. Okay.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Shakira. It's fantastic session. All right,
Thank you, Mohammed.
fantastic session. I want to confirm, can we see me and hear me, first of all? Can we see me and hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Shakira, I don't know if you can pin my video as well for everyone. All right. So while that is going on, First off, some people have already registered. Okay, so it would be wrong to say everybody are students. That's the first thing, because people are registering already, right? But as for those of you who are students, this is how you want to look at it. 1 year down the line, 1 year down the line. So this is 22nd of October, 2025. So when 22nd of October 2026 comes, would you rather by that time you are like Shakira, okay, who is already earning, um doing good for herself, even if she's a very young professional, or you want to come at that time, 22nd of October 2026, and people like yourself, they're already skilled, they're skilled in data and AI skills, and you are still grappling with the current situation. Okay, people say, oh, the economy is not smiling. Oh, this is things are hard. Yes, things are hard, but inside that things are hard, people are still driving vehicles. Okay, people are still living in fantastic houses. People are comfortable. So where is that narrative coming from? Okay, so that's number one. Number two, if you claim that because you are a student, if you claim that because you're a student, you can't afford this, then you are looking at it the wrong way. And let me put it into perspective for you. You went to school, or you're still going to school. You're going to spend at least 4 years in school. I spent 7 years in my undergraduate. All right, I spent 7 years. So, but most people would spend average of 4 to 5 years in school. Now, after school, I did mechanical engineering, by the way. All right. So after school, you are more not to get a job that is in your own field. That's even if you get a job. Let's not talk about the probability of getting a job after school. But even if you get a job, it is likely not going to be in your field. Okay. So you invested, let's not talk about the money you invested in your school fee, right? You invested 4 years, 4 good years, only to jettison it to do something else. All right. And for many students, for many, I'm not saying all, for many students, you don't pay your own school fees. Now, this is something presented to you that could change your financial life. Okay. And you are saying that you don't have the money now. Okay. You don't have the money now. All right. If that is what an excuse for you to come next year and still be in the same situation, then that's fantastic. Okay. But what I'll tell most people, speak to someone, even if you are currently paying your own school fees right now. You are not in this world alone. Speak to someone, okay, who believes in you, and let them invest in you. This is an opportunity that if you can get it, even if you're a student, all right, at the end of the day, the return on investment should be what you're looking at. All right. It should be what you are looking at. Okay. So that is my advice for you if you say you're a student. Some of you have already secured your spot. Congratulations. If you're a young professional, that's fantastic. Because there was something Shakirat mentioned during our session. I don't know if you guys really thought about it. Recruiters are looking for talents that are in Africa, especially Nigerians. Okay, so a job that would normally get a salary of 70,000 US dollars per year abroad, they are looking for somebody to pay 7,000 US dollars per year. They want to save 90% on salaries if possible, and it can only happen if they are looking at African talent. No talent abroad will take 7,000. It's ridiculous per year. So you do the calculation, 7,000 US dollars, on a yearly basis. Divide it into 12, then convert it to Naira. Use the lowest possible rate. The lowest possible rate now to do the conversion. Let me know in the chat how much, okay? How much, um, how much, how much you'll be earning on a monthly basis. Are you advising them to use their school fees? Please don't use your school fees. I'm not saying you should use your school fees for this. What I am saying is if you think that your 4 years in school is worth your time and investment, then this is even more. Because most people go out of school not using what they learned in school to make a living. So it's a reality check you need to do for yourself, right? What do you want to achieve in life? Is it a certificate? Okay, is it the certificate that will bring food to the table? Is it your school certificate that will bring food to the table? Or your own value as a human being, what you can offer an organization? You need to sit down and answer this question. And once you've answered that first question, then what is the next thing I should do? Okay, you can't say, oh, I'm all alone in this world. Most people have people that they can talk to. I mean, I'm saying this from experience. There are so many students that have registered for our program. I didn't pay for themselves. They spoke to a guardian, spoke to an uncle. Okay, we spoke to them because these guardians also had questions to ask us. Oh, I mean, there was a young man that attended our session, just the way you guys attended. All right. And he said, you know what, I'm interested in this, but I have to speak to my uncle. All right. And when he did that, his uncle requested to speak to us. Okay. I was the one who spoke on the call. And he told me that, look, this is brilliant. Okay. So many youths are looking for ways to, earn a living. All right, some legitimate, some illegitimate, but he wants that something this young man will do is something that will not land him in trouble. All right, if you know what I'm talking about. Okay, and then he asked the questions and he was able to get on our program. Now somebody used 1,400 per USD and arrived at 816k. Now 816k per month in Naira will not get you a Lamborghini. It won't buy you a house in Lekki. But as a student, if you can earn something like that within the next 1 year, would you prefer that? Or you prefer not to take this step and come back next year and say, oh, I'm still a student, I cannot afford it. Okay? Because that's the point. You are a student. Do you want to finish school? When you finish school, then you now start looking for a job. Then when you start earning maybe like 150k on a monthly basis, then you will now come back and say, okay, now I can afford the program. When do you think you'll be able to afford the program? Maybe it is, oh, I can't afford it now that you're saying. So you need to actually sit down, okay, and start to, check your own reality, okay? Should I be talking about how I cannot afford it now or making moves on how I can get into this class starting on the 8th of November? So that's pretty much what you want to actually discuss. Okay. So unlike Shakira said, tomorrow most likely 8:30 p.m. tomorrow I will be in a session. Okay. In fact, I even have the resource created already. Okay, so it's something that I could even have sent to you early tomorrow morning for those of you who have registered early tomorrow morning on how to create your portfolio, how to also update it when you have new projects. All right, so once again, congratulations to those who have already secured their spot. So I hope I was able to iron that out. So guys, don't give excuses, take action. Okay, don't give excuses, take action. If you are earning, I mean, the person who helped me do the conversion said 816k per month. Divide it by 2, divide it into 2. That's what, 408,000 naira per month. That's about $3,500 per year. Can we hear me, guys? Can we hear me?
Yeah. But your network was rugging at first.
Hi, Shakirat, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. It seems I broke a bit, right? Because I noticed that I wasn't transmitting at some point. All right. So if you I'll go around, okay, so you can take the next person that has a question. All right. I think so many people have questions.
All right. So, guys, yeah, Mohammed has already said it all. And please, and please, and please, I want us to take action. Okay. So, I want you guys to be like me, if not more than me. Okay. I want to make sure, I want to see that all of us are like earning a lot while doing other things. Even though if you want to, let's say you want to still do other things, still try to like earn a lot. Because the economy of Nigeria, I know it's not smiling. So why not try to like come out of it and earn well for yourself? Okay, so Summit and is raised. Summit 16. You have the floor.
Oh, thank you very much. I just want to ask two questions. One is that, as for me, my schedules are pretty tight now, and I will not be able to join this thing, not even this month, not next, probably December, January. Will I still meet you? Second, where is your headquarter? Because me, I don't want to pay money that they will not come and tell me tomorrow I cannot access them again. At least I should know that if I cannot reach you online, I know where your headquarter is. I will come and meet you. How about it?
All right. Um, Thank you, Summit, for that. So Summit, asking for headquarter, right? Do you know that even though an organization have an headquarter,
Mm-hmm.
some of my I know of some people that have actually fallen prey. So let me assume.
Exactly.
So no, I'm not even talking about the online platform. I'm talking
Mm-hmm.
about falling prey to an organization that has a physical building. There was when I was in school, there was a man that came to speak with us like, oh, there's this job that he's trying to give to people. He even showed us his building that this is where my physical office is located. Do you know that after some people, me, I was not interested because anything investment or something like that, I'm always like, I pass. I'll use my money to buy food because that was very, very important at that time. So some people actually made payment for that particular work. And guess what? When they went to that office to find that man in the building that he actually said, yes, this is my building. They even went there previously. They saw that the man building that's the building. They found out that that man, that was not his building. He just borrowed the building for that time. So imagine we are somebody like that. Is still not still like a justified reason, but trust me, we are not like that. We operate fully virtual. So if you check all our social media platform, you would see that we've been operating since like, so it's not just now we are operating. So you can check our first post we made on LinkedIn. You will see that this company has been operating since. So is it now or today that we would now decide to run away? No, we won't do that. Our goal here is to help people get to the tech space, not to take people's money. We want you to get value for your money. You make payment, you join the program, you learn the course. We don't just still leave you there. We want to make sure you get the job. That is when we can now say, yes, we've done our work on Summit.
Okay. Then I also asked I will not be able to join up this month, not even next month, probably December, January. Will I still accept your blah blah blah?
Okay, definitely. So let Summit, we don't do this, right? So we don't allow people to like pay then join later, because at the
No,
end of the day,
I don't
so
want to pay and join later. When I'm ready to join, I will pay.
oh my goodness, interesting. So Summit, what if you are ready in December, right? And our price is now 600K.
As long as you are not a deceiver, I will pay any amount to get the knowledge I want.
You you will pay any, so why not save? So I would advise, because even though I'm a tech person, people assume that, oh, Shakira has money, but
Mm.
I'm still smart in terms of spending. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so why not save save 300, will I say 350,000? Yes, that's like times two of what I'm offering right now. Why not save that amount, so
Mm.
that just secure your slot right now with 30,000, and you have
Mm.
access to 250,000 naira discount. When you come in December and you're like, okay, I'm ready, this is the festive period, I have all the time, I'm ready now. Even though our cost is 600, you don't need to pay extra. Like, you don't need to pay 600. That 350,000, you can use it to do that in December. You can go on vacation with that 350,000. You are willing to invest. But fine, as a business, I would love that, because you are giving me more money.
Yeah.
I
You
would
just
love
told
that.
me now that you don't allow people to pay and then come and join later. Now you say I should pay 30,000 to secure my slot. What if I come back in December now? You now say, oh, that slot.
We won't do that. We have students that has gotten taking advantage of this offer that I'm giving you right now. We have students
But
that
nevertheless, my schedules are still pretty tight. It would be better for me to focus on some things and finish it and know that I'm done with this thing. I can put my mind on another thing. Instead of putting my mind in different things, and at the end of the day, I did not even gain anything. So,
yes. So I'm not saying you
So
should join our program. Okay, Mama, do you want to take that?
yes, let me take that, please. Thank you very
All right.
much, Akarat. So let's get practical, okay? Your schedule is tight. My schedule is also tight. All right. Everybody has it. I've never seen anybody that does not have a tight schedule. Okay.
mm,
So are you saying on Saturdays you don't have time, you it's 11 a.m. to 2 p.m.
like on Saturdays, I do
Yeah.
go to one coding school like that. They too,
Okay.
they also offer this data analysis of a team. But just that I like to gain experience from different people.
Okay. So are you currently working?
No, I'm currently learning the coding, but I'm still a student, sha, so that's it.
Okay, fantastic. That makes sense. That makes sense. So, because I was going to ask you that, I mean, if you're already learning coding, okay,
Mm.
why do you still want to learn with us? Why do you still need maybe
Because of the course that I intended to study, I wanted to study business management and I needed something like this data analysis of a thing, so that's it.
okay, fantastic. So, what time is your classes on Saturdays where you're currently learning?
I get it like 9 a.m. in the morning and then I have a
Okay.
break like 3 p.m. and then I will return like 3:30 or 4.
All right, all right. So I would have loved that you are able to squeeze time, but it looks like you're already booked for Saturday. All right.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
what would happen? Okay, what would happen is one of my team members will reach out to you to see what we can do. All right.
Mm.
So because anything outside of November 8th, you this package that you're seeing today is off the table. All right. So we'll reach out to you.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
Mm.
All right. Fantastic. So I think the next person is Benjamin.
Yeah, good evening, all.
Yeah, Benjamin. Good evening.
Thank you very much. I really want to thank Shakira.
It's a
Yes,
pleasure.
she's grounded. Um, and you too. we are equally, at the same level. I want to ask,
Yeah.
mm, the courses available is data analytics, data science, and what else?
Business analyst.
Business. Uh, so in all this,
Mm.
as an intermediate, as somebody who has intermediate idea, which one can
Intermediate what?
one
Sorry, can you say that again?
as somebody
Yeah.
who has intermediate knowledge
Okay.
on some of the tools
Mhm.
already used, like Tableau, Power BI,
Mhm.
even Python.
Mhm.
What, which one would that person dive in to, fast track his, his or her skill in all this? Because data analytics is quite different from data science.
Yes, you're
So
correct.
I want to get it, from you guys. Mm. I hope my question is clear.
Very clear, crystal clear. Okay. So now, for someone, first off, okay, is that the courses are designed for absolute beginners. So the only thing you need to know before getting into our program is how to browse with your laptop. So if you know where around a laptop, you can do you can download things from the internet into a laptop. If you know how to do that, that's pretty much the basic skill that you need. All right. But if you say, okay, you're somebody that has a little bit of experience using some of the tools, which program do you want, should you go for? Okay. Number one is the main driver of the decision you make regarding which program to go for should be what you are interested in. Okay. You understand the three different career paths, and then you find out, oh, you're interested in a particular one, then that should be the one you should be motivated towards. Okay. But if you want my own advice, if you want me to pretend that there is no one you're actually interested in from scratch, then I would advise that you try maybe data science. And the reason is very simple. Okay. Now, as for a data scientist, all right, as for a data scientist, you'll be opened up to another aspect of data analytics, okay, which is especially predictive analytics. Let me quickly share my screen and show you something, the kind of project that you build as a data scientist. Let me see if I can pull let me see if I can pull it up so that you can see it. Where is my portfolio? All right, so let me share my screen now and show you what I'm talking about.
Hmm. Thank you very much.
All right, it's a pleasure. So my screen will come up anytime now. Okay, and you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. So it's a project, all right? It's a project on predicting, creating a predictive model that would help predict which patients will be likely diagnosed with a heart disease. Okay, so how it works is this: you get into an organization, a hospital, right?
Yeah.
And that hospital has data of people who have previously been diagnosed of a heart disease and people who were not diagnosed of a heart disease. So when you get hold of that data, you can ignore the coding and all of that, ignore the code. Okay, so what I want you to focus on are these little reports here. So this is data science, right? But a lot of people think data science is all about coding. It's not. Actually, it's about all of these things that I see here. So this is a little bit about the data dictionary, okay? And you see some
Hmm.
things. These are called markdowns. Very important in as a data scientist. You want to ensure that you are describing what you are doing. You are describing what you are doing. So what this project was all about is, for example, here I checked for empty empty data. Okay, so there was no empty data in here. I did a little bit of exploratory data analysis, just massaging the data to know what the content is like. So let me show you uh the end product. Now the end product is, after studying, this is all studying about the data, the distribution of the data and the likes. But the end goal is to create a predictive model that would be able to tell me, is this patient likely to be diagnosed with a heart disease or not, simply by giving me the age of the patient, the gender, the weight, the body mass index. You can see all of these things here: age, resting blood pressure, serum cholesterol, fasting blood sugar, rest ECG, and so many other things like that. And so many other things like that. So if I can get all of this information about a patient, I should be able to, tell that, oh, this patient will be diagnosed of um, heart disease. So all of this code you are seeing here, all right, is aiming at that. So at the end of the day, you want to
Hello?
can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me?
Hello? Yes, I can hear you now.
All right, brilliant. So you can see that here it says these values appear similar because they are all identical to the third decimal place. It is possible that this is simply a coincidence, but it may also be an indication that the model is performing well and achieving a balanced trade-off between precision and recall. Accuracy measures are talking
Mm,
about this value. So when you create a model to predict, you want to evaluate the model on some KPIs like accuracy, recall, precision, and F1 score. So these are the
mm,
decision makers. These are numbers, but you need to be able to
mm,
interpret what they mean. That's your job as a data scientist. And these days, tools like ChatGPT can write code for you. All this code you're seeing here, this one,
mm,
ChatGPT can write it for you in a blink of an eye. So the in thing is, you need to know what you are doing. You need to understand the goal you want to achieve and know the and do that. All right, you'll be able to create something like this, and be able to predict. All right, you can see all of the summaries. So people used to think that, oh, data science is all about writing codes. Your CEO does not need your code. You see this little bit of what's it called now, the little bit of summary that you're giving is what they actually need.
mm,
All right, so I just wanted to show you what a typical data science project looks like. Okay, so it's quite different from building of dashboards and
mm.
the likes. All right, so these are some other ones, but I'll just stop at that one. So if you say you already have some experience, I'll say try data science just to give yourself a new touch of experience. All right, try data science. You learn Python, GitHub for version control. You learn Tableau for data visualization. So you still learn how to build dashboards, because the key thing is this:
Okay. Yeah.
even as a data scientist, even if you don't, your core skill is not building of dashboards, um,
Mm,
you still want to be able to build a dashboard if need to. There are some organizations that would hire you. They'll say you're a data scientist, but they'll still ask you to build dashboards. Okay, they'll say, oh, we need a
mm.
dashboard. And they'll
Hello? Ah. Ah. Hello?
Can we still hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
All right, brilliant.
I actually I'm there.
Yeah, so I hope I was able to drive my point home with your question.
Now, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
Go
Now,
on, I
if
can hear you.
yeah, if someone drops that amount you call for securing the slot,
Yeah.
and the person is paying, I hope the amount is included in the 250 you mentioned. So the person will be paying 220, right?
Oh, yes, you're correct. You're correct.
Oh, okay. And then is only people that drop that amount that will partake in no personal interaction tomorrow, right?
Yes, you're correct as well.
Okay, it's all right. I I've been a long way. I've been following your company, and I've even received a call one on one with your
Oh,
one of the guests. Uh, so each time I come across, at least I try to listen to your content, and they are actually rich. If someone has dived into that direction in the tech direction, we know that you guys are really not joking.
absolutely, absolutely.
It's all right.
But, yeah.
Let's give it a try.
All right, fantastic. So
Opportunity.
brilliant. So we'll be expecting you. Okay, we'll be expecting to see you. Like I said, um, the resource is something that can even be sent to you tomorrow morning. Okay, it can be sent to you tomorrow morning. Once you have made your payments. Okay, how to create a portfolio. Let me even show you. Let me show you what it looks like. You know, something about me. I love showing people stuff. Okay, I like showing because when you can see it, you can attach more substance to it. Okay, so let me quickly share my screen one more time and show you the resource. So once you so we have it standby in your classrooms. So what you will be getting tomorrow is sort of like an early access. All right, an early access, an early access to the resource. So these are some of the classrooms. You can see quite a lot of classrooms that we have here. So I'll just take you to one of them. This is the one that is currently in one of the newest classes, October. You can see C1025. That's the October 2025 class. So under the important, this is the Google Classroom, by the way. Shakira spoke about it, okay, earlier in the session. So under your important materials, you have what? Job application resource. Here you get you can get a sample CV for you to build on. You get CV assessment, CV job matching. This is a video you watch to be able to use AI to job match your CV before you apply. Okay, because if you apply blindly, you get a rejection. All right, so in order to avoid getting too many rejections, you want to supercharge your CV. So that's that about that. Now, the second resource you get is how to create a project portfolio. Okay, so if you click on it, the video is about it's about 1 hour thereabouts. Okay, so you gain access to this particular one and early access to this, so that when you build your portfolio, okay, the only thing you'll be doing while you're in the program is updating it. From time to time you use WhatsApp, right? We all use WhatsApp, correct? Use WhatsApp. From time to time
Yes,
WhatsApp
sir.
updates. Yeah, WhatsApp updates. They'll tell you there's an update available. You need to update. So
Yes, sure, sure. Yeah.
okay. So that's what you'll be doing to your portfolio as you're on the program. So you already have your link in your CV, on your LinkedIn, wherever it needs to be. So as you're updating it, okay, whoever views your portfolio after your update will see the current status. Okay, so this is the video that you'll be getting access to. You can see that is Ayobami, one of our fantastic in-house professionals, walking you through on how to create a portfolio. You can see step by step on creating a portfolio. You can see www dot adding his Twitter. This is how to add your Twitter social media links and the likes. So you can see everything in that particular video. Okay, and you would arrive at something like this. So once you're done building, you arrive at something like this. This is mine. Okay, something like this. So this is you can see myself there, a little bit about myself, and a view project button. So if you click on the view project, it then takes you to what I've been able to build so far. Okay, so you want to have something like this to be able to attract the attention of recruiters. Okay, if you don't have something like this, it becomes difficult for a recruiter to tell straight away your competence level. Okay, and they don't want to waste time talking to somebody they are not sure to some extent about their competence. Okay, and that's why you need something like this. This particular dashboard, for example, was built in Microsoft. In fact, these first two were in Excel, and seeing it at a first glance, you would not believe that this was built in Excel. So such is the level of skill you want to be able to get the attention of recruiter. So I just said let me show you that. Okay, so that gives you a perspective on what you'll be getting tomorrow. All right.
Thank you very much. How long will that, will the website or the LM be open to your mentees or your students? How long will it be open?
Okay, so probably you missed it when Shakirat mentioned. So it's actually lifetime access to your Google Classroom. Okay, you have a lifetime access to your Google Classroom. If at all anything, so generally you have a lifetime access to your Google Classroom, right? That's what you have. Lifetime access to your Google Classroom. So even after a program has ended, you can go back to it and you'll be able to still get access to it. All right. So that's pretty much what it is. Okay, that's pretty much what it is. So you get a lifetime access to it and you will be able to access it when you want. All right.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, fantastic. So I'll be looking forward to onboarding you, Benja. All right. So I think the next person is Samuel. Oluwadare Samuel. Oluwadare Samuel. You can unmute your mic and speak. Okay, I'm not sure if someone is here with us, so let's move to Ugochi. Ugochi, you have the floor. Can unmute your mic.
Okay. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening, Ugochi. How are you doing?
I'm fine, sir.
All right.
Okay. I like the class and I like to do data analysis, but the issue now is just that I'm a fresh graduate and looking at things now. My parents has been the one catering for everything. So, but I want to venture into tech now. So for me to tell them now to sponsor this one. I need a concrete evidence, and even if it means for you to speak with them, even if
Yeah.
it's, I don't know how we're going to do that now.
Okay. All right. That's easy. Okay, we've done it for so many people, so it's easy. So what you want to do, Ugochi, is so I would allow you. I'll give you exclusive access to me. Okay. So once you speak with your parents, all right, you can let me know when they will be available to speak with me to ask questions. So you can just send me a WhatsApp DM, okay, directly. So I'm going to put my number in the chat so that you can send me a DM, okay? And that way you can have a direct access to me to ensure that all the clarity that you need, you are able to get it, okay? And if they also want to join the clarity session tomorrow, they can also join alongside yourself. There is a link in the chat. I don't know if it is still very handy now. One of my team members posted a link. They'll post it again. All right. So you can actually book a clarity session. Okay, it's in the chat now. You can book a clarity session for free where you can join, and you get to hear from them. So I also put my number now in the chat. So send me a WhatsApp message. Mention your name so that I respond to you, Gochi. Okay, so
Okay,
yeah, so I'm saying you should mention it in the chat that you're sending it to me, okay, on WhatsApp, so that I know that it is you. All right, and I'll do it to respond. Okay, so let's speak with your parents. Let me answer their questions, and then from there we can take it up. All right.
okay, son.
All right.
Okay.
Would there be any other question you have?
No. I love everything. So I believe that this is what I want to do, and it's okay, sure.
All right, fantastic. So I'll be looking forward to hearing from you.
Okay, no problem, sir.
All right. So next person is Ogechi or Ogechi. Ogechi. Go ahead with your question. Okay. So I'm not sure if Ogechi is here. So we move to Emmanuel. Emmanuel, your hand is up. Go ahead with your question, please.
All right, thank you very much, Mohammed.
It's a pleasure.
Can you confirm if you can hear me?
Loud and clear.
All right. So for me, I'm interested in business analytics, analysis rather.
Fantastic.
I had an experience last year, so I had something like this, and I met them on IG and enrolled for the course. We paid the same 250,000, right, for the same.
What a coincidence.
The class was just if Saturday and Sunday for 2 weeks, 2 hours, and their LMS program duration was just 60 days, right? In summary, I didn't gain anything from that course. I just wasted 250,000 naira for nothing, right?
Sure.
So I'm glad when someone asked a question about the duration of the LMS, and he said it's a lifetime stuff. So that's even what caught my attention. So I want to ask, with the training enable someone to write the CBAP examination, that the certification? Because I want to do it after I finish.
Very good question. Very good question. So the short answer is yes. Okay. And how we've made that happen is this. The curriculum itself is tailored to ensure that all the things the CBAP certification covers, you are going to be able to learn it. Okay. So that it's not, when you're going for the CBAP, it's not you cramming. It is that you've understood the concepts. That's number one. Number two is that the professionals you're working with are CBAP certified as well. Okay, and they have materials they'll share with you. You just need to ensure that you make them know that, oh, you're gonna be writing the CBAP exam, and they'll be willing to help out. Okay, one of our students have gotten a CBAP certification as well. Okay, her name is I think Kafilat. Okay, if you go through our IG page, okay, you definitely see her testimonial. She cleared her CBAP exam easily on her first trial. Okay, and that just goes to show how compatible, or okay, the program itself is to the CBAP certification exams. So once you get on the program, ensure you mention it to your facilitator. So you have a facilitator. So you mention it to them that, oh, you intend to do this. Okay. So you use any help that they would render. You know, these guys are willing to help whenever you ask. All right. So I'll answer the question.
Yes. Thank you.
All right, fantastic. Okay, so which means you'll be starting November, with the November 8th cohort, right?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so I'll be looking forward to seeing you in class then.
All right, thank you.
All right, great. So I think that is everybody. Shakira, maybe you want to help me confirm that is everybody that has responded after that have raised their hand and have responded after I called them.
Yes, that's everybody.
Okay. But I can see that we still have like 32 persons on the call right now. I really, really appreciate your time. And I hope that you got value for your time. Okay. And I also hope to see you guys in class come November 8th. Okay. So just as a parting statement, things are not going to get cheaper. Okay. Things are not going to get cheaper. That does not mean that Nigeria is going to get worse. Okay, it's just the way it is. Things are going to get more expensive. What 200k could buy last year, you may not be able to buy it this year. Next year, 200k may not be able to buy what 200k can buy right now. So where does that leave you? It leaves you with a very big question. How do I increase my value as a person to be able to afford what 200k this year can buy, okay, that would not be able to buy next year, if that makes sense. So things are going to go up. You also want to go up at a faster rate. So that's how you are able to cope. Okay, that's how you're going to be able to cope. All right, but if you're looking for another way, it may be a little bit tricky, it may be a little bit difficult. All right, so that's the reality we find ourselves in. So if you're still thinking about making the decision, then you have to make that fast, okay, and be ready to do what it takes, whether you decide you're going to do this or not. So if you decide you're going to do it, you need to be ready to show up in classes, take instructions, be dedicated. If you also decide you're not going to do it, then you also need to be ready for when tax comes in 2026, and you still see people balling even after paying their own tax, and you see some other people who are going to be complaining about it. Okay, so at the end of the day, you know which category you want to fall in. So why not take those steps that would actually practically make you fall into that category? Okay, so that's pretty much what it is for tonight. Shakira's brilliant session. I really enjoyed it. I learned a lot. And I hope to see each and every one of you come November 8th in class. Cheers, guys.